Oh, we're live. It worked out. Hello. Welcome to the show. I'm Sam.
I'm Peyton.
And we're going to watch Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Is there anything that people should know going into this film? About like your history with Mamma Mia?
Oh, about my history? Yes, absolutely. So, to put it on simple terms, the first Mamma Mia is very... Oh, I'm looking at the screen and not the camera over
It's
there.
fine, I do that too.
The first Mamma Mia I found very entertaining, but I grew up in the theater scene, and I do think the movie version was a little overhyped. I think there's a lot of problems with the first one. The second one,
You're the first person to ever say that, by the way.
I
Everyone
know.
else considers it an Oscar winner.
I know. But the second one I consider to be way better. I felt like in the first one it came music first, make a story around the music. Whereas the second one I felt like it was story first, add the music
Which
later.
is ironic because the first one is the one that actually has the story basis in the play, right? You know,
Right.
Like the first one they actually built a story that the movie was made into. The second one they're just like they have the leftovers almost, which was my fear going in.
Yeah.
I was like, is this going to be just like not as good because it's what's left over, basically?
Yeah.
And so you already established the first film's guilty pleasure.
Yes.
So going into this, I didn't have as high expectations. And then I gotta say, this one, it's a banger. It's not only a guilty pleasure, but I think it's a good film.
When we saw it in theaters, was that your first time seeing it or your second?
When we saw it together, I saw it with my mom first. So when we saw it, it was my second time.
Gotcha.
Which is how much I enjoyed. Was that your first time?
That was my first time.
That was your
and
first
this is actually going to be my second time.
That's crazy, yeah. Because obviously I enjoyed this film enough to like buy
a Blu-ray.
A Blu-ray version.
You bought like the deluxe edition.
I bought the sing-along.
Came with a life-size cardboard cutout of Meryl Streep.
I was gonna say Lily James, but yeah, it's weird that it came with both. Yeah, this is Lily James. Obviously, her acting career has kind of taken off since then. Have you seen the pictures of the upcoming Pamela Anderson movie that she's doing?
No, I haven't.
She's gonna play Pamela Anderson, and I think that's amazing casting. She's like almost it's cliche to say, but she was unrecognizable, in the cast photos. So obviously we got to bring it to attention. Usually we do this as a Skype session, but you're in town. So
I'm in town.
How's it been? Leaving California for a bit to spend some time in Oklahoma again.
It feels good.
Good.
It feels good to get away from the madness that is California right now.
Oh my gosh.
And it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. I miss this town so much.
Yeah, we were going to go grab some food, and then you're like, oh yeah, right up here is where this is. And everything. I was like, oh yeah.
I just kept telling Sam about the town that he lives in. I go, and around here.
We're like right down the street from where I live. Yeah.
And he's like, yes,
Mr.
Peyton.
California over here is like, here's where this is. Oh, okay. So we're on this is going to be a commentary review. So we're going to watch the whole film, and I have backup batteries and everything in case the camera goes out. So we're gonna, and then the microphone, everything's wired in. So we're gonna start. We're on the Universal. We haven't even started the Universal logo yet. So for those watching this on the replay and want to sync it up, now would be the time to get it started. And we're gonna press play in 3, 2, 1. Now it's pressed. Now it's been pressed.
Looking at that globe,
That
beautiful, beautiful globe, and the U is about. There's the U. All right.
Do they have?
Have it synced?
Yeah, there's the U. It's coming around now. So have you seen, do they have a streaming service for Universal?
I don't think so yet. I don't know if
I'm
they
curious.
do. They'll get one. Everybody's getting a streaming service
I
now.
was trying to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark yesterday.
Okay.
And where would you think to go for it?
I think it's on Netflix right now, is it not?
No. Where would your second guess be?
Oh, shoot. Does HBO have it?
No, I went to Disney Plus, and neither of those have it, just to answer your question. But I went to Disney Plus thinking, okay, Disney owns Lucasfilm now.
Yeah.
And it's not there either.
Okay.
So you have to go to Paramount Plus.
I just got Paramount Plus.
Well, now you can watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Good.
That pisses me off, though, because I'm like, I'm not, like, behind on streaming services. I have a shit ton. But
you want to know why I got Paramount Plus?
Why'd you get?
Because I wanted to binge watch Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
That's always a good investment.
I know.
Have you seen the previews for the upcoming iCarly reboot?
Yes. I want to go in liking it, but I am skeptical.
I like how it seems like they've aged with the audience. So like they're drinking now, they can say damn and stuff.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Grand reopening.
It's a nice tie back to the original film. You know,
Yeah.
the letters being sent out.
Remember, she's got 3 dads.
That's right. I like they all say dad. Oh, I remember that was a really good laugh in the theater when I saw it. It goes to dad, and then the camera pans to dad.
Grandma. I remember going into this, I was like, there's no way she's not in this film for at least a little bit. And then it just kept getting nearer and nearer. I'm like, they really didn't bring her back.
At all, did
They didn't bring her back.
Did you know going in that she was going to be dead?
Yes, I did watch the trailer, and they did make a big deal about, like...
Well, I thought they left it at least a little bit ambiguous. Maybe in just one of the trailers. Maybe they revealed it later on. But at first, I did a trailer review, and I was like, is she dead or not? I can't tell.
Right.
And going in, ironically, I was like, they better not kill her. That's what I don't want them to do. And I kind of like how they worked with it.
Oh, she's so bold.
Was that always? I guess that was kind of always done in the first movie. The songs in this soundtrack though kind of slap.
Yeah.
I still listen to When I Kissed the Teacher.
They did a good job really starting it off with a bang. Mm-hmm. They take no time to go like, all right, we're getting into it. Here we go.
Yeah. I was watching The Godfather 2 today.
Yeah.
And they take, obviously this is a shorter film than that movie, but they waste a lot less time in introducing the young version of the older character. You know,
right.
Like, I feel like it's a while into The Godfather 2 before Robert De Niro's younger version of Vito is introduced. And this is like really early in this movie. They're like, all right, you're here to see Lily James's young Donna. Bam, here she is. So, I guess, so she's a dynamo, right? She's like a member of the band, the Dynamos, her and her 2 friends?
Yeah, I guess if they have are they just a fun friend group right now, or do they consider themselves...
They established a band. I don't know. I think she's wearing the outfit, right? So that would mean she's so freaking pretty.
You can't do this at Oxford!
I know, right? She is so bold. Holy shit.
All the teachers like, what is going on?
I love like a real, like, you ever see like videos where they take out the soundtrack and or like the laugh track on Big Bang Theory or something like that? I love if they like took out the music in their head and then just like made it like...
Just them looking all crazy.
Yeah.
Just weird foot stomps
everywhere.
everywhere.
And it's in like previous footage of them just staring or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be good shit. So since they're a band, is every song in the Mamma Mia universe they're actually singing?
Oh, that's a good point. Are they a cover group or are they making up songs on
that's another layer. Yeah, that's another level. Are they a cover group or are this is their original songs?
The Mamma Mia iceberg goes really deep.
What do you think about it?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? So like when Sophie's singing I had a dream earlier, whatever she's singing in the opening, is she actually singing to herself in her head?
I don't know.
Did they actually? I think they actually ran out of school in this scene. I don't think they're imagining this.
No, everybody actually said, screw the graduation. Let's get on our bikes and go.
I love it. Even the teachers singing. It's so fun. And actually, what I do appreciate, it's kind of funny because this movie simultaneously is better and deeper than the first film.
Yeah.
But in scenes like this, they're able to just let go and be like, this is a Mamma Mia movie. You know, let's just have fun.
I got in a debate with people about this.
Oh, gosh.
And I mean it as a compliment. They embrace how freaking goofy this kind of movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie I got in a debate about it with was the Mortal Kombat film. I said the Mortal Kombat film was goofy in a good way.
Right.
And the people I was talking to, they were like, blasphemy.
What's
that's
wrong
an
with
insult.
a goofy movie? Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, if you make like Batman and Robin, that was made to be goofy, and it was just
Right.
You're not supposed to do that with Batman and Robin. But
Right.
Mamma Mia isn't supposed to be the Dark Knight, you know.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat, yeah, you can't. In my opinion, I think that's something you can't take too seriously.
Exactly.
I always thought that's when they should have put the title, Mamma Mia, here we go again. Like freeze frame the title credits.
Yeah.
Bam. The costume designer did a really good job for all the 70s scenes, I think.
Yeah.
Do we ever meet the young version of her mom? Of Donna's mom? Of Cher? Or we just see the old version of Cher?
I think we just see the old. I think we just save her for the end.
I like that she's at least mentioned like throughout. Like, oh, she skipped my graduation, and then it's like, oh, I wonder what she's gonna be like when we meet her.
It turns out, she's a good person. Why did she miss the graduation?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of like stunt celebrity casting, which is clearly what it was. But like, I think it was the best case scenario for what that could have been.
Right. And I mean, Cher, she's shown she's got some.
She was in
acting chops.
Burlesque or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is I just watched it recently. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Burlesque, yeah.
Yeah, so they are the Dynamos. This is a thing.
Which you would have thought. You would have thought they would have showed. I guess there's so much story to tell. You can't also show the formation of the Dynamos and then get to the three dads after. But like, it would have been nice to see. That's what the third film is going to be. Is a prequel about how before this, how they started the Dynamos.
Are you being for real?
No, I'm going on.
Okay.
I mean, that's what
you were like, that's what the third film was supposed to be, and you were speaking like past tense, like it got canceled. Sadly, this movie.
You don't remember this? Yeah, no, yeah.
I was like, oh no, Mamma Mia 3 got canceled.
Yeah, Lily James asked for too much money, and then, you know. I really feel like she has the potential to be the next Jennifer Lawrence, though.
Thing is, I think about it, I haven't seen Jennifer Lawrence in anything in a hot second.
She's trying to distance herself from the Weinstein stuff.
That's a whole song and dance. Hollywood got shut down for a year. They were just like, let's clean up real quick.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I realized I never shared the stream. I'm so proud of us for figuring. Well, you knew how to do it, so I guess I'm proud of myself for following your
You set it up
directions.
though. I did like 10%.
I set it up ahead of time though. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
very, very proud of myself for that.
I'm going to steal a slice of calzone.
Oh, absolutely.
That's good.
There's a plate right there.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, he said he was like, I'm like, do you want some calzone? He's like, no, I don't want any. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have some.
And then I took a few sips of like some of this drink you gave me, and now I'm like, ooh, that calzone's looking real
It
good.
looks
over
delicious, doesn't it? All right. What did you think of the decision to separate? For those who need a reset, watching this live, perhaps if you need a reset, we're watching Mamma Mia 2. We're at the scene where we're introduced to the Sophie and her husband's arc for this film. They're kind of on the rocks, which is kind of not exactly what I expected after 10 years of the first film. They get married at the end of the first, or they choose not to get married.
Right.
They're a new, and now this, it's 10 years on. They've kind of lost the spark. Did you have any strong thoughts about that decision going into this?
No, because I mean,
You gotta have some conflict, right?
mm-hmm. The film needs some kind of conflict, and I get it. That's where they needed something between, because with this whole film being a prequel for Donna,
Yeah.
we had to give poor Amanda something to do in this film. Poor Amanda, getting paid so much money for this film.
Yeah, I know, right?
Her poor character. This film, got to give her some kind of conflict. And I guess just trying to reopen the resort wasn't enough. I feel like that would have been.
Yeah, I thought it was a
but-
good storyline. I mean, I liked the whole her conflict is what if I let her down? You know, what if I let
Right.
my mom down? And I think it is a great parallel back to like seeing how Donna, you know, started the whole thing too. But you know, I think that's a good internal struggle. I don't know if they necessarily needed to add the and her marriage is in shambles because the resolution will get there obviously, but the resolution is a little bit quick. I feel like towards the end.
But we needed this song.
Yeah, it is a good fucking song. Bro. The soundtrack kills.
The thing is, in both the stage production and the movie,
Yeah.
this poor character is given like nothing. He's just kind of, I'm the attractive guy marrying her.
Yeah.
So they're trying to give him something.
I'm because Dominic Cooper is another one of those guys who his career kind of took off after he was in Mamma Mia, the original film,
Right.
and it was kind of cool that they at least got him to come back.
Oh yeah.
But everybody came back for this. But Pierce came back for the. I'm sure it was a good paycheck to go to like the Greek islands and hang out and drink a lot or whatever. But like I don't know, it's always good whenever you see that they
Yeah.
wanted to
I
come
was
back.
like, if Pierce Brosnan's not in the film, I ain't seeing it.
It's not worth my ticket.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that transition though. Oh, that transition though.
So I was gonna say during when I get kissed a teacher, there's a lot of there's some inventive camera work here that I think is pretty good. But this is not my favorite choreographed one. The two rooms or whatever. It's like
It is just very low energy.
yeah,
They're just pacing around their rooms the whole time. And so, yeah, they're trying to do fun shots to keep it.
yeah. How do you make two people walking around a room interesting? Have you seen Loki yet?
I watched the first episode, yeah.
What did you think of the first episode?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm also very skeptical.
And what did you think of the whole Time Bandits, or not the Bandit, the Time Police? Sorry.
I have lots of questions that I hope they answer.
Did they just take away free will from the MCU?
Yes, that was my big concern. I'm like, so no one's decision, like, don't mess with that stuff if there ain't like a loophole or something that's been going on. Don't mess with time, character decisions, character arcs. Like, don't do that.
I'm not a bit. I'm usually open to seeing my characters be fallible or whatever. But the way they not emasculated, but like took away the threat that is Loki.
Right.
Like think of Avengers, the movie The Avengers from 2012. Loki is a threat in that film. This is set right after that, and immediately he's disarmed by the Time Police. So it just makes a character that we're meant to think is powerful, be less powerful, and that's not. I mean, I don't know. I guess you have to put him on a journey that he needs to go on, and I hope by the end of this film they dismantle the whole universe thing, the sacred timeline bullshit.
There was one thing I really enjoyed. Spoiler for Loki, real quick.
Yeah, I put in the title we're going to talk about Loki.
Oh, okay. He's DB Cooper. I loved that so much. And I told Mads that who had no interest watching the show, and she went, okay, that's actually really funny.
It is, yeah.
That was such a funny detail. And then cutting to Owen Wilson going, I can't believe it. You were DB Cooper?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like, oh my God.
That was good. No, they know what they're trying to do in this, or they know what they have in the character of Loki played by Tom Hiddleston. So they're like, we're going to give him as many opportunities to be charming and suave and sexy as possible, and he just chews that scenery up. The scene where he's like flirting with the waitress and he leans in, and in the scene he says, I have a bomb, you know, like, and then he I guess it was a bet with Heimdall and Thor or something that he could do that, and I love that. It's good shit. And and it made me I didn't know about DB Cooper before, so
really
I didn't know, so it gave me some knowledge about a fun. That's crazy. They never found him.
I know, he just truly fell off the face of the earth.
That's cool shit. And he got the money though.
I think kind of like what the show did. I think they did find like some bills scattered.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I mean, as you would if you skydived out of a plane with a sack full of money. But I'm sure he got away with some of it. But it's funny because like even when like she gave him the parachute and everything, she still seemed like kind of into Loki and everything.
Because it's
like,
Tom Hiddleston.
It's Tom Hiddleston.
So yeah, I thought it was. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with the writing or the acting or I do just have a lot of questions and a lot of skepticism about
Right.
what this does to the Marvel Universe, the timeline, free will,
Yeah.
all this stuff.
And this was one of their 6-episode ones.
Yeah.
Like Falcon, unlike
Yeah.
WandaVision, which was 9.
Oh, so you were on our show, since I got you here, you were on our show about the first 2 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I didn't finish.
You never finished it.
You
said in the video, you're like, I'm going to watch it.
I tried, and
I didn't bring you back.
I'm going to binge the whole thing. It wasn't necessarily a thing out of interest
Yeah.
or anything. I
Just life got in the way.
Yeah. TV shows I struggle with all the time.
You said that. Yeah, I get that. I'm the opposite. I find, weekly commitments to be way easier than like something like The Godfather, where I spent 6 hours watching 2 movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of a difficult task. We're at the scene where she's meeting Harry for the first time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a difficult task for both Lily James, the writers, and the director to say, okay, you have to have chemistry, on-screen chemistry, with 3 different people.
Yeah.
And I think they pull it off pretty well.
And we have to do it bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
we got it
all
in such little time.
Not over the course of a season or something.
Right.
But yeah, like in one movie within one act.
Yeah. Every guy gets like 20 minutes, except for Pierce. Pierce Brosnan's character, I forgot his name, gets a little more time.
His name is Sam. Pierce Brosnan's character's name is Sam Carmichael, yeah. S-A-M.
Your name's Sam?
My name's Sam, yeah. But my name's Sam Carrico.
Dude.
His name is Sam Carmichael. It's like C-A-R.
So it's close.
It's like literally so close.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
that
saying.
was you.
Lily James should date me.
You were in Mamma Mia too. That was you playing Sam.
I'm just saying.
No, what? I'm so sorry I didn't notice in the theater
It's
when
okay.
we saw it.
No, it's kind of fucked. I kept looking over to you. And
I know. It's just... I was just so into it.
It's a captivating story.
I know.
It really is. No, I like the chemistry though. I like the Waterloo, their version of Waterloo. I think their version of Waterloo in this one is actually better than the version they do during the credits in the first one. I like it as a duet. I like duets though, just by nature, because I like karaoke and stuff. And anything you can perform as a duet, I think is way better.
You want one of my guilty pleasures, and I know a lot of people argue the opposite, because it's a weird trope in musicals. I love it when 2 characters are singing at the exactly same time, but they're singing different things.
Are you talking so like in Les Miserables?
Confrontation like Les Mis.
That's great shit.
Final Lair in Phantom of the Opera, 3 people are singing 3 different things.
That's good.
I love that stuff.
Or kind of like they also do it in One Day More a little bit. Parts of that song, yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, can't understand anybody. They're all just, you gotta try to listen to everybody like at the same time. It's like, I'm here for
I like it because it makes it a replayable song. Like you can you want if you're into lyrics like I am, instead you're like, you want to listen to this part now, and then I'll go back and listen to this part.
Right.
Oh, guess who's just now responding? This guy. Just want to say, for the record, Ricardo Saucedo had an open invitation. I told him on Friday, so it was late notice. But I told him. I know you're a big Mamma Mia fan, Ricky. Couldn't you? This is actually his idea. No, I'm kidding. Ricky hates Mamma Mia.
I would love to have him here then. That would have been
That's what I was like, you gotta be the one guy who hates Mamma
the one
Mia.
guy who's sitting here shaking his head the whole time going what do you guys see in this film? I hate Rotten Tomatoes with a burning passion, and it's not the website's fault.
Just the way it's set up, or the people that actually review on it, or what's wrong?
The people that actually review. I hate film critics that are like, I'm a professional film critic.
I get that.
I get paid bank to review movies. I think they're very out of touch.
Anybody who gets taken, who is reached the level of getting press packets, piss me off. Just by virtue of the more you're going to get a press pack, if Spiral sends me an amazing press packet, and then I'm like, thank you Paramount or whatever company makes it for the press packet. I can't wait to see your next movie. You're going to be way nicer to them. It's just a little bit of access journalism. And I have a problem with that in principle. So
I only look at the audience score. And at that point, I'm just going to go to IMDb because it's all audience.
It's all audience score, yeah.
So that's why.
But Rotten Tomatoes, to my knowledge, verifies that you've actually seen the film, right?
Yes, which I think IMDb does need to pick up on.
They haven't. They don't.
Yeah, they don't right now. But the thing with Rotten Tomatoes, I've read through user reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and I've read through IMDb things. The IMDb crowd is definitely just random Joes going to see the film and stuff. Where I feel like the Rotten Tomatoes ones they're trying to be the film critics.
They're trying to aspire to that level of like, okay, Citizen Kane is obviously my favorite movie of all time, and
So the website itself is fine. I get what they're trying to do. I just don't agree with the.
I think a lot of people misunderstand what it is in terms Rotten Tomatoes is an aggregate score. So whenever something has 86%, that means 86% of critics gave it a positive review. Not that everybody agrees it's an 86% in terms of quality. So like those positive reviews could have been like a 5.5 out of 10 theoretically. So you could have something that everybody agrees is just an average film.
I think in Rotten Tomatoes terms, it's like 65% or over is considered fresh. So as long as they give it over that.
But like a 65, that's like a D, or could be considered to me like a D. So
and D is considered passing in
America. D's get degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I can see your problems with it. But I just think with the audience score, though, you have to make sure that people are actually watching the movie.
Which is very fair.
And my fear is that some people don't I like the Snyder Cut a lot, but I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to get everybody I know to go give it a 10 out of 10, because I want this movie to succeed. Or this movie is right above it on the list, so everybody go give that a 0 and bring it down.
Yeah. IMDb also has an issue with some movies where sometimes it goes live to leave reviews before the film's even out. Like I've seen.
Which one, IMDb?
Yeah, I've seen films go live to review 2 days before the film comes out, and I'm like, I know there's preview screenings for some people, but the people getting preview screenings already have their platform to go review the movie. They're not going to come to IMDb to write their review. Sorry, IMDb, but people are leaving fake reviews, just automatically giving it 10s.
I never tested my audio.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That actually sounded really good. I was surprised that it was that good. Holy shit. So they've slept together. How long have they known each other at this point?
8 hours at most.
But I guess she did the original Hot Girl Summer, I think. Lily James in Mamma Mia 2. What is that new Megan Thee Stallion song that just came out today? Or this recently? It's called Thought Shit.
I haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard the song itself, but I heard it was coming out. And then I love that match cut that they did. The match cut from Lily James in bed to her.
Cinematography.
That's good shit.
That's art right there.
That's good shit. It's so. I told you this story about the release date for the first film, right? The first film came out July 18th, 2008, which is a big day for a lot of film fans because it's the day that The Dark Knight came out. And so the first film, they're like, "Why? Let's release Mamma Mia on the Dark." Because who's going to see both movies? Who's going to care about seeing The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia? It's counter-programming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
But then you and I,
Then there's people like you and me who are wanting to see both because our palette is so strange for movies. There are films like that where I'm like, why are you even daring to come out? I remember...
when
The Force Awakens.
Yeah, exactly.
The fourth Alvin and the Chipmunks movie came out the same day.
You're just asking to be destroyed.
And it's just like, okay, is the studio ready for this franchise to die? They're like, we need a movie to bomb so that we don't make another one.
Let me look.
I don't think so. I think that one was their last one.
Was that Chipwrecked?
No, I think that was Road Chip. Or whatever. It was like a car ride movie. Oh, wait. Pierce is singing. Here he comes.
They
lowered the octave on this one.
Yeah, they knew what they were working with.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best part about getting to write your own story, knowing who's cast already. I love the piano. God, it's so fucking good. Yeah, you're right. It was the road chip. It came out.
Is that what they called it? Road chip?
The same exact day as The Force Awakens, and I wonder how it did with box office.
Because I remember there were like 4 theaters showing Force Awakens, and then there was one Cinemark theater tucked in the corner showing Alvin and the Chipmunks.
So it made 148 million against a budget in America against a budget of 90 million. So that's probably not enough to get back after.
I can't believe it was still a success though.
But if you count global, it made 234 million globally. 234 million globally against a budget of 90 million. Plus, that's not including marketing, but
I consider that a success.
they probably broke even, but the trajectory I imagine at that point is like,
Hey,
do it direct to
if anyone's
streaming.
walking home with $1 million,
Yeah.
like even a studio, I'd say you got something.
Yeah. I think I could see a streaming future for Alvin and the Chipmunks or something.
This is great. I'm just going to follow you everywhere. By the end of the day, I'll have a whole new wardrobe.
I don't think that would suit you.
I said I can make it work.
I really wanted to catch that there.
We'll be another tomorrow.
Thanks, but I already paid for that one. So like, yeah.
This doesn't work like that.
It'd be really great today, not tomorrow. As if somewhere in this harbor was a guy.
Young, tall, dashingly handsome.
Probably passable.
It's probably passable looking.
But
That's good shit.
Before he takes part in this anyway.
maybe you can take her where she wants to go.
Hey, look. But the sad fact is, this isn't my boat. I just wanted to impress you.
What's his angle? He's like,
Okay.
just kidding, it's not. Just kidding, it is.
Jump on. I'm Bill.
Imagine if he did that. She jumps on. He's like, okay, but no, I'm serious. This ain't my boat.
So, for the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, they built all the ships on barges, on top of barges.
That's very impressive, though.
It is, but it's even more impressive is for the sequels, they actually had working a working Black Pearl and a working Flying Dutchman. I think that's
crazy.
bad. What do you think?
They actually filmed it in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, and they actually had a giant whirlpool, and it was kind of crazy.
They built a giant animatronic kraken that worked underwater.
So, have you seen the Shanghai Pirates of the Caribbean ride? No, it doesn't have an animatronic kraken.
Yes.
It's got like a kraken like on the screen, like following.
Yeah.
The kraken attack is like the. It's
Right.
cool shit.
Me and my Mads.
Oh,
Me and my Mads. She's
You're gonna get
my wife.
you're gonna get canceled
I
for that.
know.
Holy shit.
That was such a me and my Mads.
That was pretty embarrassing. Wow. No, she hates Pirates of the Caribbean.
What?
No, I was just joking. What were we gonna say about your Mads?
We want to go to. She wants to go to that Disney so
In
bad.
Shanghai?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So I mentioned my favorite song, my most replayed song is When I Kiss the Teacher.
Right.
My second most replayed song is probably this one. We're at, what is this one? Why Did It Have to Be Me is where we're at in the film.
Yeah.
This and Waterloo are perfect examples of just like cheesy flirting musical,
Yeah.
movie jukebox musical kind of shit.
It knows what it wants to be.
I just really appreciate how Lily James, as a newcomer to this franchise, if you can call it that, is she just is clearly having a great time shooting this whole film.
How can you not have a good time with this? I mean, unless somehow the director was like an a-hole or something like that.
You see how put together away from Paris. Sure, very kind.
That sucks. This guy, she leaves him a note saying, "I don't want to be with you anymore, but I had fun." And then he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna follow her across the continent of Europe."
Do you think? It's better shot.
Isn't that right?
You knew her for a day.
I
Man.
know.
Let her go.
You had a one-night stand, and then she didn't fall in love with you immediately
happens.
afterwards. Sorry. I like when they add, like, he's saying, "Why did it have to be me in one context?" And then you flip it, and then yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah.
It's like that cinema we talked about, you know.
Art.
That's art, yeah.
Mm. Ignore the guy yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
A chick says that when you're on a date. I'm not usually. But I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. Don't you hate it whenever some guy drowning ruins the mood?
I
What
know.
a cockblock, holy shit.
What a very nice lifeboat.
So you think this is in the actual ocean, or do you think this is on a soundstage?
I bet it's a soundstage.
Yeah, the background behind them looks very green screeny.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I don't know how they do these things. Maybe they are literally, like, right next to, like, a beach coast or something, and they're just barely out in the water. But
Like
no, I've seen sound stages
water
where they
looks
can fill up the water.
Yeah. Not to brag, but you feel like, okay, we get it. You live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on this is what makes it nothing to boast about. It was on the Universal Backlot tour, which anybody who gets a ticket to the theme park can go see.
The Universal Backlot tour. That's
Yeah,
funny.
so like any schmo who pays $90 for a ticket can go see the water fill up. Like,
That's funny.
it's nothing to brag about at all.
That's funny shit.
I want to know more about this guy.
Well, he comes back, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. They put what do they call it? There's a name for it, but the gun you see a gun on the shelf in the first act. It has to go off in the third act or something. What do they call it? Gun on the shelf. Chekhov's gun. That's what the story phrase is called.
Dude, with how like poofy wedding dresses are,
You think that would suck?
it would, yeah.
You think she'd
She
float?
would definitely struggle to swim a little bit.
Yeah. What? Now she starts drowning.
I know.
What? Fuck again? I like what this says though about. I like instead of having a scene
Oh,
where
there they go. They're
gives him, of course, he's like, "Let me take off my shirt." But I appreciate that instead of having a scene where Donna is like, I'm just a really fun-loving, free spirit that enjoys love and all that stuff. They like show you by like putting her in a scene where. It's all so amazing. I hope nothing goes wrong.
I know, I hope.
Wouldn't it be bad if there was like a storm or something?
Yeah. Nobody checked the weather for a little bit.
Yeah. Actor Ned Beatty, who made his big screen debut in Deliverance and was nominated for an Oscar for Network, has died at the age of 83. Peyton, what are your memories of actor Ned Beatty?
Is it gonna be bad if I have no memories of Ned?
Do you know who Ned Beatty is?
No, I don't. I'm so sorry for his passing, but okay, let me IMDb him real quick. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Ring a bell? It's like, oh, that guy.
No. Oh, that makes it even worse. Let's see.
He was Lex Luthor's bumbling assistant Otis in Superman and Superman 2.
Yes!
You know that one?
I know that one. I'm a big fan of those first two.
The first two Superman movies?
Yes!
So you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about now. That's all I've seen him in.
Yeah.
Because now that I have like a face and I recognize, I love the first two Superman films.
Yeah? And how did he contribute to that film?
Oh,
As an
just
actor.
being the comic little. Sorry, Mr. Luthor. love it. Now, if you're asking, like, did it contribute to the plot?
No, not a lot.
No.
But like, it just had given you a chance to like remember him as for what
Yeah.
you know him from. Stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna go watch Superman this week.
Have you seen the theatrical cut or the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2?
I've seen both.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the original Snyder cut.
Right, that was,
release the
yeah.
Donner cut.
Speaking of Snyder Cut, after all this time, you still share the same views?
Oh yeah,
Now
you
that
want
the hype's like that down and everything?
Yeah, well, you got to because you never said on camera where you fell on that, but I still love
I did it?
I think it's because you did the predictions video. I think.
Oh,
and
I
then
didn't know.
afterwards you did Falcon
Right.
and Winter Soldier, and then I don't think, and then you did the Oscars, and then that was like
I might have brought it up for like a second.
Yeah, but you
It surpassed my expectations.
because you were really
I
skeptical.
was skeptical about it.
You're like, it's gonna be better. It's not gonna be great.
It's gonna be. I was like, it's gonna be better, but it's not gonna blow anything out of the water. It blew it out of the water.
It was
For me.
fantastic. It was an epic.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
I was digging the film, really digging the film. I realized that's just like, I was digging the film. No, I really was enjoying the film. Then when the Flash scene happened, Matt was right next to me. I got goosebumps. And I went, oh, it's one of the best films I've ever seen.
The Flash
has
an amazing character arc. Cyborg has an amazing character
Oh,
arc.
Cyborg's actually a character.
Actually
in
is
this
a
movie.
character. Yeah. I feel like I think I've said before. The actor who played him, Ray Fisher, must be so vindicated.
Oh yeah.
To be like, look, I told you guys.
Several people owe him an apology.
Absolutely, yeah. I think at the very least.
And they're not, but it would be nice if they did.
Well, I did a whole monologue about it. Like, if Zack Snyder is now getting a second look as the director for this movie, I think that we owe Ray Fisher a second look as an actor. He should be considered, like, maybe he should be considered for being in The Flash.
And the thing is, he got the rougher treatment because he was a newcomer, kind of in the industry, whereas Zack Snyder,
among other reasons, too. Yeah.
Yes, of course. But I feel like they could get away with it because,
But right,
like,
who was he to negotiate
no-name.
with Walt?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What, you were Cyborg in one big movie? Get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
That's
so they're like,
sorry.
we can treat you like shit.
It's one of those good just singing. Lily James is singing "I Have a Dream," and it's just one of those good times that they are really able to take advantage of the parallel timelines.
Yeah. See that transition?
Yeah,
What you're talking about?
there's the
Art.
that is good shit. Oh no! What I love about this right here is so clearly day for night. Like if you look at it, they're shooting this in the daytime. But like, that's maybe shot at night with Lily James, but the stuff with Amanda Seyfried in the storm is like clearly day for night, and it's so like once you notice it, it can't be unnoticed.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to shoot a scene like that where it's set at nighttime, but they shoot it during the day, and they're just yeah. Is it weird?
Yeah, and they do a lot of magic stuff in post production, man. Because I mean, like at the time, they barely do anything to try to. I mean, like they can manipulate the camera, manipulate the lights, but you still got a giant sun.
Yeah.
Out. They'll get out the big thing to try to block it as much as they can.
The fly swatter.
Yeah, the giant fly swatter thing.
Yeah.
And but yeah, all of that comes down to like I guess the color grading and everything. I'm speaking in like this is what I'm predicting they do because that's not my
we have
world.
never edited something like that before.
I am not a professional color grader nor effects artist.
Is this the first time she meets Sam?
Yeah.
What a good guy comes back and helps.
Here's the thing. She clearly said, he said this could have happened. All right, let's just delay it. Let's just delay it a week. Yeah. Really? You'd rather take the chance of a hurricane destroying all of your work? Right, and I get
that's a good point. Yeah, like several months before when they're planning this, they're like, "Hey, it looks like there's bad weather this week or whatever. Oh, let's do it the next week."
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, for some reason, she's like, "No, it's the anniversary of my mother's death." Yeah, or whatever. What was the real? I don't know. It could have been anything.
This is the wrath of her dead mother.
That's what it is.
Yeah, she was like, "I don't like your decorations.
I didn't like the wallpaper." So is this?
You can calm down a horse. That's hot.
I mean,
can you calm down a horse?
I can't.
I can't calm down
a horse.
I wish I could.
See this right here, clearly day for night. It's so fucking noticeable. Like look at the reflections on her face, the way the light is.
They're trying their best.
Yeah, it looks like it was shot in, like it was shot like that. It was shot like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I've said it before, but the costume design, every outfit Lily James wears in this movie is iconic.
Yeah.
And it's 70s, but it's like subtly 70s.
Yeah.
Like, I could see a girl wearing that today.
Speaking of costume design, it was actually really cool. When I went to the AMC Burbank Theater to see Spiral.
The AMC Burbank 16?
AMC Burbank. How do you know the number? What
he-
the hell?
This is really dumb. This is really super lame. So I think across the street from there, or near that, is where they used to
Talking
film.
about-
They
Oh,
used
okay.
to film the Collider studio or the Collider movie talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and so anytime they would do a critics screening or see a movie or whatever
Yeah.
they would review on the show, they would mention, yeah, we just saw it across the street at the AMC Burbank 16.
I love that you
And
dropped the number. It caught me
so-
so off guard.
It's funny that you're like the AMC in Burbank, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, AMC Burbank 16. Yeah.
I've never been there. I have no idea what it looks like. But they put that stupid Collider movie talk show that I used to watch all the time. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. What'd you say? So Spider-Man? You were gonna
yeah.
talk about it?
In a giant glass case. They had costumes from Cruella.
Oh, that's good. Another
Yeah.
film. I think we reviewed it, but with great costume design.
Yeah, they had her
Which
red
one?
dress.
Like the
The
military
first one where
like
she
all-
drops the match.
Oh, that's a good one.
Red
Oh,
dress.
that one.
Yes.
I like the one where she like unfurls it and it like she's like standing on top of the Baroness's car and she unfurls it and it goes down and she does the pose. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite from that whole movie.
And I forgot what the other one was because this was before Cruella came out.
So yeah,
But I remember the red dress because that's the trailer
the
shot.
trailer shot, yeah. Which again, I still don't know how that works.
It doesn't, but you know what?
Does it?
Her hair would have definitely caught on fire in that impact and everything.
Absolutely.
But
hey,
I can believe the dress possibly going unharmed.
Well, if you tailored or made a dress that's specifically meant to be flammable, and could go like that, then sure.
Yeah.
But like the hair, you got to
There
spray
you
your hair
go.
with some flame resistant.
I'm not a tailor nor a costume designer, but how are you gonna make a completely fireproof, like, no ashes anywhere? It completely
It
disintegrated.
evaporates.
Yeah.
And that it reminds me of Tony Stark's later Iron Man costume, which
Yeah.
it kind of bothers me with all the MCU costumes now. Black Panther's outfits, Tony Stark's later outfits, they're just like nanotech,
Yeah.
so they just like appear.
With
and disappear.
Wakanda, I think it makes sense because they're always
Because it's
supposed
supposed
to
to be the end, but like I don't know, I like it when they're like all those scenes from the first couple Iron Man movies where they're like assembling
yeah.
it around it and it goes, ching, you know,
Right.
and now it just goes, and it's like it's.
Now it just all
And the
materializes.
Spider-Man outfit does the same exact thing, and I miss the Tobey Maguire movies where they have to, he takes it off.
Let's talk about that.
Oh,
Okay.
are you excited for?
Is it a Spider-Verse movie? Yes or no?
I hope so. I mean, I think they've confirmed, at least on the villains side,
Yes.
that Alfred Molina is coming back
Right.
as Doc. What we're talking about is the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. It's gonna be a crossover.
Yeah.
So
Jamie Foxx is
Jamie
coming
Foxx
back
is officially coming.
because
That's
he
that's
made an
confirmed.
Instagram post he wasn't supposed to make.
Yeah, and Alfred Molina has talked about it in an interview. Like he's confirmed that he's been on set. and stuff
Alfred
like that.
Molina talked a little too much, I think, about it. I think he did get an angry phone call.
Probably,
Like, because,
he's
dude,
probably
he was-
banned from future interviews.
Yeah. he was definitely sharing a lot of things going on the set.
But it's cool to know for sure. You know?
Yeah, supposed they're very like take with grains of salt
Okay.
kind of thing. Supposed like crew schedule list leaked.
Yeah.
And there was a spot with a name, and then the crew position was personal assistant to Dunst.
That makes sense.
And it's kind of like, okay, you can't have Kristen Dunst by herself without
Yeah.
Toby. So
So that's kind of how I feel hand in hand about. You're not going to have an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man villain without tying it into the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
and then we also have a Tobey Maguire villain.
Yeah,
which
why
is
would you
fine.
bring back Alfred Molina without bringing back Tobey Maguire? So
Right.
it's clearly got to be.
Right.
And now this is way where we get into way conjecture and
Yeah.
Reddit posts and shit. But like some people have even said like the plot of the film is Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is putting together the Sinister Six from across the multiverse.
Oh,
or
my
whatever.
heart would love that.
I know, right?
So much, dude. I would cry if that happened.
It'd be like, but like I don't know. I like I said, I'm very skeptical about Loki. I
Yeah.
think Falcon and Winter Soldier was a little bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And so the later MCU, I don't know. It's like I'm just like, don't fuck it up. You're gonna take my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna take those characters, bring them back after Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 1 and 2,
Don't
you're
worry.
talking Tom Holland's like Spider-Man
No,
1?
Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire.
I
So,
noticed you didn't say Spider-Man 3
Yeah,
in that mix.
that's the thing. Yeah, like they've already ruined those characters kind of once, So I'm like, okay, bring them back to redeem them. Don't
Yeah.
kick them down further. Is
Right.
how I feel.
Give Thomas Hayden Church another chance.
Some people have speculated that he's going to be back. This is when we get
I love
that,
his
that
Sandman.
conjecture, yeah.
But he had to be shoved for the side so that we could get Broxer.
Well, that
Edward
was
Brock Jr.
Brock, sir, Edward Brock Jr. Yes, that's good shit. Fuck it, bring what's it? No, this is where it's dumb. People are like, oh, did you know Venom, the new Venom movie, is going to be in the Tobey Maguire universe or whatever? And I'm like, did you not see Spider-Man 3? Like,
Yeah.
Because the Morbius trailer, trailer.
Well,
has
the Morbius trailer has shown that Michael Keaton's Vulture.
Exactly. So Morbius trailer has on the wall there's graffiti of what looks like the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but then you meet Michael Keaton as Vulture. So it's like, and it's connected to Venom supposedly. So it's like, so it's just like, I don't know, what do they do? Again, day for night. It looks like day for night.
Right. It sounds like, I know we're branching. We've gone down so many rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And everything, but it's sounding like after the Spider-Man deal is done with Disney, they're gonna start conjoining Tom Holland over into the Sony universe.
So do you think they're going to use the multiverse as like at the end of the multiverse, the Spider-Man No Way Home?
Right.
One?
It might be a mutual transition.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Like in universe, exit the Marvel, the Avengers universe.
But the thing is, I want those characters to transfer over. I know, like, we got Spider-Man and all that, but I hope Zendaya's character comes over, Ned comes over. I want those characters.
You want that
to
cast.
follow.
You don't just want exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if I get just Tom Holland, I'll be thrilled because I enjoy his Spider-Man. But bring down the whole gang.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson again.
Yeah.
Bring him on down.
Well, they've already introduced. Well, yeah, like you said, introduced that into the Tom Holland universe.
Yeah.
So he is. So even if we get him and But what I would like, like how again we're watching Mamma Mia 2 for those who are just catching us live. Just like Mamma Mia 2 is heavily influenced by The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
Fuck it, make Spider-Man No Way Home influenced off of Donnie Darko. Have you seen Donnie Darko?
I haven't.
All the
that.
complicated timelines,
Yeah.
and he dies in one universe and survives in the other universe. Like, do all that shit and then have it really get weird. What Doctor Strange is called Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
so
and they've said it's connected with the Spider-Man movie.
So yeah, they said that WandaVision and Loki lead into Doctor Strange, which leads into Spider-Man because Doctor Strange is also in Spider-Man.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because I thought Doctor Strange's movie was going to come first. His is second.
Oh, after Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's coming out in December.
Oh, this
believe
year?
it or
You're
not.
right. Yeah, it comes out this year. Holy shit.
And they film the movies on the same, in lots across from each other at the same time.
Like while Doctor Strange is shooting, he's also shooting Spider-Man.
And so that was our first thing of of course the movies are connected.
Right.
Like they're shooting them exactly the same time. If characters are needed in one, they can hop back and forth.
Do you think it's going to be like how Doctor Strange was part of Ragnarok, but not really? He shows up for 2 scenes and doesn't
in
have
the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I think he's just going to make a few quick little pop-ins, but then in the Doctor Strange movie, he's definitely going to be. I mean, it's his movie.
I was going to say, you think Doctor Strange is going to be at the
I
forefront
think
of
in Doctor Strange movie, he might get maybe a
That is
little
a
bit of
bold-
screen time.
That is a bold prediction, Peyton.
I know. Believe it or not, Doctor Strange, I think, is speculation. I think Benedict Cumberbatch will be
coming
returning
back.
for
I think he's
Doctor
coming
Strange and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool though. What if it's just a WandaVision, or not like a WandaVision movie, but like, what if it's really a Scarlet Witch movie and they just have been lying this whole time? It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of like how Civil War, Captain America
It was
Civil
the
War was
Circus
an Avengers
Society,
movie the whole time.
Basically, yeah. It used to be my favorite Avengers movie. I used to like Civil War more than any of the Avengers movies until Infinity War came out, and then now it's still my favorite Avengers movie.
I enjoy Infinity War the best too.
I saw someone online. It must have been a troll, but someone online the other day said because somebody asked on Twitter, "What are your least favorite Marvel movies?" And somebody said Infinity War. It's just a setup for Endgame. I'm like, that's blasphemy. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
I mean, you're right.
I mean, technically, but that's like saying Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back sucks because it's just a setup for Return of the Jedi.
Right. You can say that for any sequel, prequel kind of thing.
Anything that comes before the last installment of
Right.
the franchise.
I hate the first Iron Man because it set up the
It just
MCU.
set up the MCU. It's just a setup, bro.
It's just a setup.
But I mean, unironically though, the MCU does bother me a little bit because every movie is kind of just a setup for the next. But I think, I don't know. They can hit their stride sometimes.
I know. I mean, they're dangling the same cookie in front of us the whole time, and we keep going ooh and grabbing it. So I mean, why would they stop?
There have been some cracks in the armor, though. You know,
Yes.
I think Far From Home, I don't think was as good as Homecoming. I think Endgame wasn't as good as Infinity War.
Correct. I agree.
Ragnarok was a hit, you know, but
Ragnarok was definitely better than Dark World.
Yeah. Guardians 2, though, it's debatable whether or not it's better than Guardians 1.
I liked Guardians 1 more.
Yeah, see,
My opinion.
I think I agree. But yeah, so I mean, I think Black Panther was okay. Captain Marvel was okay.
Yeah.
I feel in the minority saying that though, because a lot of people are like think they're revolutionary, but I don't know.
Captain Marvel, I enjoyed. It just brought nothing new to the table.
Yeah. Well, it's like I recently watched The Godfather, and you go into that movie and people hype it up. They're like, it's the best thing ever, and that's kind of how it was with Black Panther and Captain Marvel. It's like these movies are revolutionary, best thing ever. You're gonna love them, best MCU movie. And
Captain Marvel actually got very underhyped for me.
Really?
So yeah, I heard. I guess the side of the internet I was on that week, a lot of people were like, Captain Marvel sucked and all that, and I was just like, oh, damn. I was like, I still want to go see it, and then I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's not bad.
Yeah, that's kind of how. I mean, I remember I watched The Last Jedi, and it seemed like almost instantly people were like, no, it's not that good. Like, oh shit, the Last Jedi is not. But like, yeah, with Captain Marvel, it seems like I don't know.
My friend Jack, who just got married.
Yeah, congratulations to Jack. Yeah.
I saw Last Jedi with him day one when it came out.
Saw what?
And Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. Okay.
Day one, like when it dropped.
And what did you guys think of your first reaction to the theater?
He is the biggest Star Wars fan I know. That is one of his big.
Oh, she found Sam's wife.
Oh.
I love that it cuts to good Sam, like reformed Sam.
Yeah.
Like the Sam we like now, but now it like puts into question, like, oh yeah, he wasn't always a good guy.
Right.
Again, we're watching Mamma Mia too. Go ahead.
And he was like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's how I had the same thing.
And he was so nervous because he thought he was gonna like get online and everybody's gonna be like praising it, and it was just kind of a sigh of relief to have multiple people going like, I didn't really like the film.
It sucks.
And I mean, in the end, it's a Star Wars film. It's not like I'm never gonna watch it again.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. I mean, as a completionist, you know, like I want to sit down and watch all 9 films. I gotta watch it. But
right. And I will not say I hate the film.
Yeah.
I don't hate the film.
It was a turning point, though, for the start. Like, I mean, I really want to do a video, like a long, hour-long video essay that's called "Why I Hate My Favorite Franchise," a Star Wars story.
That's a good title.
And and go from like my experience was very much actually chronicled on this channel. I started this channel before The Force Awakens in 2015, so I want to just chronicle that time period of like my reaction to every movie and then now where I was to where I am now.
I had your Force Awakens trailer reaction.
Yeah, and
here on my recommended.
I get that too sometimes.
Back when there was that like 2-month period at Tulsa Tech where everything kept exporting in like 240p.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to export from Avid. Avid still sucks to this day.
Yeah.
I use DaVinci Resolve now, and it's great.
Well, I remember even Miss Piper didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, no, but that was made me feel a little better. Yeah, our teacher at the time.
And there was one time I was working on something on the side, and I accidentally clicked a button, and it exported in full quality. And I went,
Sam!
I went, oh shit! And I went to Miss Piper, and it was so funny. She was like, oh yeah, like obviously, and it's like, you couldn't figure it out either.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, shit, was I just
we were both
or what?
Yeah.
Again, this outfit is amazing. I love it. It looks really good. She wears it really well. Whose horse is this?
It's now her horse.
I thought it was an abandoned hotel, and she like found it and renovated it. Right? I don't understand. And then knowing me, knowing you, good ABBA song. They made it good for this movie. I don't think it was in the previous one, right? Knowing me, knowing you.
No, I don't think so.
It's a good breakup song. You're happily married. Fuck you. But
Windows sponsor of Mamma Mia 2.
Brought to you by Windows.
Here we go again.
Yeah. There, oh, I thought this was the other scene. I thought that we were going to meet Fat Bill for a second here.
This deal will make your company the #1 in New York. What's taking time, I think. Absolutely. 14 more hours written on. Nice picture.
Best thing in my life. That's
So,
sweet.
to continue, clause 47.
I need another one. Do you need a mic?
I'm good. I'm still working on this one. I'm so slow.
Oh my god.
I'm a shot guy. I just gotta get it done. Get it going.
I do have this.
I do gotta drive to Owasso, so. Probably not the best idea.
Well, now that you've said it on air, yeah.
Now I've said it on air, so.
Now you're trapped into a decision.
I know. You know me, constantly drinking and driving. My DUIs out the wazoo.
Yeah, we were at last time you were at a bar, you had to show your passport instead of
Right.
showing your driver's license.
In my car, I gotta do the breathalyzer thing to get the engine going.
I was on a date the other day, and like I jokingly said like oh, hang on a second while I do my breathalyzer or whatever, and then they're like, what? I'm just kidding. Who do you think I
Who
am?
do you think I am? Some kind of alcoholic pulls out a beer from the back seat and just cracks it
It
open.
still blows my mind whenever I'm with a friend or whatever. Like I was hanging out with my buddies last night, and I had a White Claw, and they're like, "You can just take it with me, or bring it with you," because we were like in the car. Like I was like getting in the car with them.
Right.
Like they were driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't have it in the car. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, I'm not driving.
I mean, it's still like, I think there's something about like
open container.
open container in the car.
So this is all hypothetical, by the way.
Of course.
Right.
I knew that.
This is for my stand-up comedy routine.
Right.
Yeah. I like throw out these fictional scenarios.
I forgot about this.
The whole Fat Bill stuff.
It's so funny, yeah.
It's so funny. He says like while not laughing at all. Oh, that's fun. He's like, just make sure he doesn't tell the goat story. That cuts back. He's like, there's a story about a goat that I think you'll find amusing.
I don't think they're given enough screen time. The two best friends. The two younger versions of the best
do
friends.
a great job.
Yeah. They...
I think especially Rosie, the young Rosie, and the cake.
Yeah.
The whole bit with the cake in this, it had me dying in
I forgot about the cake.
the cake bit. Do you not know what I'm talking
I don't
about?
remember.
There's a whole thing whenever, well, the character Rosie likes cake, and she eats cake when she's sad,
Yeah.
and they make a whole joke out of it and comes back later, and it was like, it had me dying in the theater. And the way that she sells it was good. I met at Comic-Con one year, I met Brianna Hildebrand, and Brianna Hildebrand was in Deadpool as his sassy, mutant sidekick or whatever.
Oh,
she
yeah.
auditioned to be young, not young Rosie, but young Tanya, the sexual, hypersexual.
Yeah.
She didn't get it, but like I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
I like Brianna Hildebrand a lot. She's very nice, but I think the girl that they got to the cast ultimately did a really good job.
Right. It definitely came a lot down to looks too, because they look very similar to
Exactly.
their-
You can buy them being the younger version of the
Yeah.
characters.
So honestly, they
That
might have
poor
had
dog.
their like people that came down to it. In the end, it was just you look.
It's like
Yeah, like that.
all other things being equal, we want the person who looks
Right.
more. Yeah.
I was watching Cillian Murphy's Batman audition.
I haven't
This
seen it.
morning.
Did he do a good job?
He did a fine job, but just seeing him be Bruce Wayne, and like it's just like, in the nicest way possible. This is a compliment. Like, you're not Batman.
It wasn't a good fit. Yeah, just
You're-
a classic case of
Yeah.
yeah.
And just after seeing him as like Scarecrow and everything, and like his Peaky Blinders role.
Have you seen
It's a classic.
Sorry.
This is a classic.
Oh yeah. So going into the next movie, before they even announced the sequel, I was like, if they did a Mamma Mia 2, they should always have Sophie sing Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I envisioned the whole storyline, where she needs to sing it. But I think having younger her do it and have it be stripped down was really good.
I remember this was in the trailer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mamma Mia, here I go again. Roll credits.
Yeah, what is it? The choreography. I like it builds. It builds.
Yeah. Is that what they're going to call the third movie? Mamma Mia, does it show again? Hire me to write Mamma Mia does it show again. I got
That's
ideas.
what this whole
Right.
live stream is, a proof of concept that
Yes.
we should be in charge of the future of this
Yes.
franchise. I swear to God,
It's
Universal.
in good hands.
Universal, you will have a ride, like
Yeah.
a whole theme park ride, a spin-off Netflix series, and a trilogy of films.
Yes.
When we're done with this. This will be the next yeah.
The ride definitely has to be like one of those like Disney like boat ride kind of things.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because,
saying.
like,
Yeah, you go through the Greek islands, and
Right.
you can stay at Sophie's Resort or
Yeah.
whatever, and
And it's Universal, and they're good at like the hologram, like 4D.
yeah.
Putting those in, we can easily just copy and paste these people in.
You could pay a blonde cast member to wear overalls or whatever, pretend to be Donna
Yeah.
and greet you at the thing. I swear.
The
Put it-
gift shop would be insane.
I mean, they're going to be shutting down the Dr. Seuss land anyways at Universal, right?
Are they?
No, because Dr. Seuss got canceled.
That's right. I forgot.
They
that
have
Dr.
to.
Seuss got
I mean, they have-
canceled.
So you're going to have all this space. So just put Mamma Mia land at Universal Studios.
As long as they don't, this has nothing to do with Dr. Seuss, but the only time I'm going to get upset at Universal is if they freaking shut down the E.T. ride.
There's an E.T. ride?
There was an E.T. ride, and E.T. is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It
And
went from being empty to like fucking packed.
I know they went. I hear young hip girls
Yeah.
singing.
Well,
Let me go to the bar.
Oh, and of course she falls into Bill's arms. That's good. Poor Harry never gets considered, like as an option. Like
I know.
The movie comes down to is she going to choose Bill or Sam?
Yeah.
I meant to ask you this earlier. What is it about, I guess, Bill and Sam specifically, but what is it about Sam that makes him, not just because he's got my name, but like what is it
Sure.
about that makes him the lifelong choice
Right. It
for
goes
Donna?
without saying. Sam is a very attractive name. We know. So that has a
Put
big.
put that aside, though.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm putting that aside.
It's a given.
But I just had to,
And
I got.
but she can't know that he's going to become Pierce Brosnan. So I mean,
She cannot know. She did not know that she was going
She
to be
just
marrying 007.
she just lucked out.
She lucked out.
Yeah.
She lucked out hard. And I don't know, because it is interesting because
She's so clearly her.
he's the one
Yeah.
that kind of pulled the. I got a wife,
Right.
and it's like of all the people.
Bill's
feel like-
clearly the best choice for her. Like if we're
I
objectively
know.
looking at this.
But it's something she sees something in Sam that others don't. There's something just.
Well, who doesn't love
there.
that bad boy?
Exactly.
He cheats on you. He's married.
She's into the bad boys.
Yeah.
All the Oxford girls are.
What a gamble, though, that Sam, as a character, went back, left his wife, then came back to Donna after Donna broke up with him.
Yeah.
You just ruined your whole life on
I
a
know.
hunch. And then maybe she just feels like a little like, well, no, because they stay separated for a long
I
time.
know.
Right?
And then finally, in the first Mamma Mia, tracing back to that, they get married.
Has he been divorced that whole time?
I bet.
That sucks.
I know.
Well, he's a Chad. He's Pierce Brosnan. He's
Oh, yeah,
probably
he's a
going
bachelor.
through. He's a bachelor. We'll say, but hasn't been remarried in the first Mamma Mia.
Yeah, after this, he had to go join MI6, Secret Intelligence.
Wait, does the young version of Sam show up again at all in this movie?
I think so. I thought at one point he showed up like one more time
Yeah.
to say like, "I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was so wrong."
My thing died.
Oh,
No, it's okay.
but we still got audio.
Yeah, we still got audio.
Ah.
I'm on this world.
EOS webcam utility. Good choice. Good choice.
I agree. I always go with that.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Cool, that worked out. Let me put this back over here. Actually, I should have used that as an opportunity. Okay, this is my third favorite song, I think, from
Got
the
it.
movie. What is it? What is the song called? What is this movie? What is this song?
Here it comes.
Angel Eyes. It's called Angel Eyes. Where's my lighter? Oh, it's right here. That's cool though that it lasted an hour and 10 minutes on that one battery.
Yeah.
So the second battery's gonna last the whole. I'm really proud of myself for figuring out how to do the live stream. Like,
There
not
you
to-
go.
Not to brag, but
Not
this
to brag.
This is new for the channel. Like, I've never done that before. I need to. Do you know anything about StreamYards? Like the app StreamYards?
I haven't heard of that one.
It's like you can like so it's a way that like theoretically if like Ricky wanted to like zoom in or something, you can do that through Streamlabs.
Oh,
StreamYard. Streamlabs is different, but
Right.
StreamYard. So like you could do like video calls.
Yeah.
Because Zoom you have to pay for like a premium if you want to
Right. I'm an OBS boy.
that
Open
live stream?
broadcast software. It's a live stream
Oh, okay.
thing. Yeah, completely free. I'd check it out.
I might do that. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I want to be able to do my show live. Like I want to be able to do the monologue and everything
And,
live.
What you could rig, it might be a little bit to set up and do a little trial and error to set it up.
But that's
but,
like once you get it set up.
When you live stream, you can set different scenes, and one of your scenes you can capture like your desktop thing, and it knows like when a browser is open, it'll only capture what's on the browser. So you could do a Zoom call.
Oh, we'll just have it open in the browser.
Yeah, when we had some live guests, I would FaceTime. We would FaceTime
That's what a lot
them,
of people do. They use Skype or something. And just
Yeah.
capture the feed from
and then
the
we just
desktop.
capture
Yeah.
that.
That's what I need to do. Because I could just have my monologue printed. It'd be a little bit rougher with the presentation would be. Because I could read it off the paper or whatever,
Yeah.
and then cover it with B-roll, and then okay, and now here's our guest Peyton, and you could be like in the waiting
Right.
room, I'll bring you in or whatever.
There is a song and dance you gotta do to get desktop audio to capture, but
Yeah.
it's easy peasy once you figure it out.
That's the thing, like, because that's how it was for my current setup. Like, my current setup was kind of a bitch to get to where it is now.
Yeah,
But now that I have done it, made every episode going after like the first two really easy. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Angel Eyes, good song. I
Isn't
like,
it the same guy?
yeah, I love that they come back and he's like hasn't aged at all. Yeah, they don't make any like attempt to make him look older at all. He collapsed. Colin Firth really he's a dapper gentleman.
He is a very dapper gentleman.
Have you seen The King's Speech?
No, I need
It's so fucking good. No, you're not. So do you think Colin Firth and Stellan Skarsgård hung out like in the universe of the film, like in between the two movies? Or do you get the sense they all went their separate ways and didn't interact?
I
with
get
each
the
other?
way, the vibe they all went their separate ways until the first movie, but it sounds like from the first movie, a lot
Yeah,
of people
between the
did
two
kind of,
movies.
yeah, between the two. Like, I mean, if they're all truly, I'm just going to call her Amanda the whole time because it's Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I forgot her character's name.
Sophie.
Sophie!
Yeah, Sophie.
Sophie. It seems like Sophie's a big part of their lives now, so I imagine they gotta run
Interact.
into each other and
Yeah.
interact.
Because like the way he's like, I'm a spontaneous person. No, you're not. No, I'm like they acts like they know it. Like you're like you and me hanging out.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm like this one guy you met one time
Right.
10 years ago that fucked the same girls.
There's a spinoff. There's our TV spinoff.
Yeah, do
It's
it
just them.
on
the
Netflix.
three.
Yeah, it's like it's Friends, but it's like Bill and Harry have to share an apartment or whatever.
Universal,
I swear.
hire us. Do you want money?
Your whole streaming service will just be a Mamma Mia extended universe.
The Facebook page, the one that you made for memes, it's gonna go wild.
Yeah, that's why it's been dead lately. That's the only reason it's been dead lately. is 'cause
Right.
There's not much content.
We need Mamma Mia content. And then when our movie Mamma Mia does its show again, hits theaters in 2023, it's gonna be great.
2023, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bring back Amanda Seyfried and Pierce Brosnan.
Mm-hmm.
But then we'll also pass it on to the next generation. of
Yes.
Mamma Mia.
Yes. The Mamma Mia verse. We're gonna start branching into different like timelines and everything. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a
The
multiverse,
Mamma Mia multiverse.
and it's gonna be insane. It's all leading up to one big like in-game kind of thing.
There's gonna be like a time vortex that opens up at the end of the third film.
Right.
And Javert comes through, and he's like,
Oh, so like all the musicals.
I'd like to tell you about the French Revolution initiative.
Yes.
And then
suddenly cats are coming out and everything, and not like the stage version of Cats, like the creepy CG.
No, what they should do, is they should actually just make it. Forget Mamma Mia. They should make it Tom Hooper extended universe, because Tom Hooper did The King's Speech, he did Cats, and he did Les Miserables. So
what a resume!
Talk about it. That trajectory, like, oh my gosh.
Have you watched the Cats film?
I want to take. I feel like it'd be something. You have to take some sort of exterior drug to.
I definitely will say it is one of the most fun theater experiences I've ever had.
Where people just laugh, like crack it up. Like, was the audience very self-aware?
There was a older couple in front of us that I guess didn't get the memo that Cats was like being ridiculed upon, because it seemed like they were trying to come in to have a good time. And we saw a matinee time. I'm not paying full price to see Cats in theater.
Yeah.
We went to a matinee time. But there was a teenage group behind us, and they were dying laughing at the film too. But there came a point where Mads just was basically sobbing, because it did reach a point where it's like, okay, I'm ready for this film to end.
Yeah.
And it started pulling like Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, just would not.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
And we're just like, we want to go home.
Does the movie take itself seriously?
Yes and no.
So like
I mean, as serious as the stage version of Cats, if you're familiar with, takes itself seriously. But there's a...
Well, it does a little. The stage version actually does a little
right.
bit, right?
But I mean, in an interview with, I think it was like the producer of Cats or something, the stage version, he asked, oh shoot,
The director?
the director, Phantom of the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar. Dude.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes, I'm embarrassed I went blank on that. Andrew
You're the
Lloyd Webber.
musical guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Just I sit here and I freeze up. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Lights
never gonna hear
hit
the
you.
end of this. Andrew Lloyd Webber, like
That's
the
the guy he
producer.
saved. That's the guy he helped.
Right.
Told you he comes back.
Yes.
They should have named him Chekhov. That would have been smart. Chekhov's gun. In case you need a timestamp, we're at the scene where Alencio comes back,
Yeah, and no one's paying attention.
and they could get back to so they're finally found a way to get to Sophie. So
Right.
anyways, go ahead.
The producer asked like Andrew Lloyd Webber, like, please tell me like there is something like about this show I'm missing, and Andrew Lloyd Webber goes, no, it's just Cats.
Yeah.
And I mean, so based on that, I will phrase again, as seriously as it can
As
be.
the original, yeah.
Yes, it does strive to be that. But they also kind of rewrite a lot of stuff. They changed my favorite song in the whole show. The only song they change, mind you, Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer, they go, yeah, this is the song that needs a rewrite and
So I don't
complete
know the
rework.
lore. So why is it wrong that they changed it?
Oh, it's just my favorite song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to say fuck Pedro.
Oh, he drowned. He was tied to the yeah, he's drowning.
He's dead right now. Yeah,
He's
I love how
dead.
they cut to him and he's like floating as if that's like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened. But then they Dominic Cooper.
Harry has passed.
I remember that was a scene like in the trailer or in the theater. It was like, oh, there's Dominic Cooper. He's gonna help them get to where they need to go.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming together for this movie. It's so beautiful. So
What were we saying
Cats.
about Cats?
why does it?
why
change
is it?
the thing?
It's just my favorite
Fuck
song.
Peyton Rufick. That's what the
I
producer
know. They literally said like, that's his favorite song. Let's change it.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
Kept everything else the same. It was one of those casting things where, okay, I like the Les Mis movie. Don't get me wrong.
You like parts of it.
I like parts of it. There's just a lot of things I question. I'm not a fan of the live singing in film.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
Someone said, Ethan Sadler from Tulsa Tech said Moulin Rouge crossover.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point. Moulin Rouge we haven't even mentioned. That's one of our favorite musicals of all time.
That's one of the first things we bonded over.
Yeah,
At Tulsa Tech.
Well, at Tulsa Tech, your introduction video had you
I
like
sang
sing along to
Roxanne.
Roxanne, yeah.
Roxanne.
Which is a great cover.
And then
yeah.
he went like, was that Roxanne from Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
I like this guy. This guy gets it.
What, 7 years later now?
Yeah.
No, so this version of Dancing Queen, which is where we've at the point we've reached in the film. Everybody's shown up. I love the story. So in the version of Dancing Queen in the first film, it's like, let's sing Dancing Queen. No, it was to cheer up Donna or something. She was sad, right? But
right.
in this, it's like, okay, everybody's returned. I like the context. The cover is, I think, not as good in this film.
Yeah.
It's just kind of they didn't really reinvent the wheel here. They just did it again because they had to. It feels obligatory.
It's the rules.
Yeah.
And in our movie, Mamma Mia does it show again. Yes, we have to include Dancing Queen.
It's going to be the same exact,
Yeah. This time they're all on planes, like, peeking out.
They're all parachuting.
Yeah. Like, we had to, like, up the ante. And then, of course, Mamma Mia will be in the show.
Yeah.
More people getting cheated on. It's just given.
Have them go to space or some shit.
Mamma Mia goes to space.
Yeah, that's the whole movie. It's like she's trying to. They're getting ready for the opening, but of the space resort.
Yeah, they opened it on the moon
The
now.
Tesla space station that
Yeah.
has the hotel, and she's afraid there's going to be a cosmic storm.
Right.
And they have to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
This is really getting in there. But yeah, so this is another good excuse for Pierce Brosnan to be included in like singing and on set. But,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to focus on Pierce Brosnan being a bad singer.
Right. There is.
You can hear him a little
You
bit.
can
yeah.
hear him.
But he's the chorus. You know, you don't need him to.
They were like, ensemble, Pierce, about right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
I love that. You must be, being a choreographer. You probably worked with choreographers before.
Mhm.
It must be hard whenever you know what your cast is. Like, okay, we've got all these geriatric fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, how can we make this visually interesting, but not have them break a hip? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh, and that's what I was gonna say with Cats. Before I completely forgot. It's
go ahead.
and the problem with Les Mis, in my opinion, they kind of go like, "Oh, we need to do a star-studded cast." When these musicals, these classics,
They require somebody that knows the craft. Is that what you're saying?
well, no, they kind of go like, "Oh, Russell Crowe's a big name. Hugh Jackman's a big
Sure.
name. Throw
Well, Hugh Jackman's good at music.
throw Jason Derulo in Cats. That'll bring
Yeah.
people in."
Yeah.
Right. Hugh Jackman knows his shit.
No, I agree about Russell Crowe and Jason Derulo. Yeah.
Right. And it's just stuff like that. And it's like these musicals are popular and classic enough to where you don't need a star-studded cast. People will come see them.
Well, we also kind of transcend. People talk about this with comic book movies all the time. People don't go see the Avengers. They do kind of for Robert Downey Jr. But
Right.
they don't go see Captain America for Chris Evans necessarily. They see it because
Yeah.
it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
Same with Doctor Strange or Eternals or whatever.
Never heard of Andrew Garfield before The Amazing Spider-Man.
Exactly.
I want to go see The Amazing
I love
Spider-Man.
The Social Network, so I did know
I
about
didn't
that.
see it until a month ago.
The Social
I
Network?
watched Social Network.
That's my
for the
favorite
first
movie of
time.
all time. What do you think of The Social Network?
I loved it, and now I
It's
can't
good.
stop quoting. Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners. Along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip flops. You pretentious douchebag.
That scene is so fucking good. The
Yeah.
scene where he's wired. He's wired in. He's wired.
What is it? You still wired
Are
in?
you still wired in now?
So good.
It is such a fantastic film.
Right.
It does go against one thing that I like about movies, though, and what I like about The Godfather is that, and Breaking Bad, you take a character who's on one end of the spectrum at the beginning of the film, and over the course you bring him to the other side.
Right.
But throughout that film, Mark Zuckerberg is a little bit stagnant because he's kind of an asshole throughout.
Yeah.
He doesn't really change a lot.
Right.
He just experiences success.
And I think that's kind of, that's kind of the point.
I mean, that's kind of
I
true.
mean, and Jesse Eisenberg encapsulated that very just awkward
Yeah.
personality, just absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Because I discovered a video, not like a long time ago, but maybe a year or two ago,
Okay.
where Mark Zuckerberg, he learns he got accepted to Harvard. And just the emotion he has, it's just his dad's recording, it's two completely different people. He's sitting in like his dorm room and he's got a big computer.
Wait, did he show a lot of emotion or did he not show a
He
lot?
goes, yay. And his dad goes, what? And he goes, I got in. And the dad goes, did you really? Yeah. All right. And Mark's just kind of, yeah.
Wow.
I know. He's
That's
just always
so
been just a very quiet
Yeah.
guy.
I wonder.
And Jesse really captures that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that's like? So you think he's experiencing a lot of like emotions, or do you think he's just?
Oh, internally, I think he is thrilled. He's just not a very big,
just reserved in
just
the way
very
he
reserved
expresses.
into
Because
himself. And that's not a bad thing.
Right, so that's two different things, right? Somebody who does not experience emotions the way that normal people do,
Right.
and then somebody who's just a reserved person.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying I think like well, I've never worked with him or anything, and he has made some questionable decisions.
Sure.
And I'm not going to sit here and diagnose like Mark Zuckerberg as like a sociopath.
He's a sociopath.
Anything like that. I'm not saying that based on Jesse Eisenberg's performance of Mark Zuckerberg.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I can see why they would. That's what they saw in. Okay, what if we took his performance in the social network, made him fictional, and dialed it up to 11, and made him Lex Luthor? That like I can see how that could be what they were going. But what they were going for.
Boy, are we having problems up here?
I think so. Now that we're so removed from Batman versus Superman and what I want them to do versus what they did, now I can just have fun with it.
I love Batman versus Superman.
I do too. The ultimate edition of that movie is actually really good. Mm-hmm. I defend it to this day, but I also am a big Snyder fan now, more so than I was in 2016. But and also, the Jesse Eisenberg portrayal of Lex Luthor. Yeah. Not what I would have done if I was writing.
Not what anybody except Jesse Eisenberg.
I can have fun with it now. Yeah. That's what they did. Right. I can have fun with it. It's a funny character. Yeah.
The thing is, I want this universe to continue so badly.
After watching the Justice League movie,
and they aren't. Yeah. I know they're not going to, but just I want to see Deathstroke, Jesse Eisenberg.
I want to see the Injustice gang fight the Justice League. Yeah. I want to see how Superman becomes corrupt and takes over the world. Yeah. I want to see how they have to stop him. How does the Joker fit into that?
Right.
They've set up so much, and why would they give Zack Snyder, okay, go reshoot like that whole nightmare sequence at the end?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a thumbs up from the movie studio. I'm pretty sure he went out and just kind of did it.
I thought it was. So do you I don't know. So it's like a swan song. Like here's what I would have done. Enjoy. This is all you.
It was a very this is what we would have expanded on. What could have been.
Yeah. But I think it's mixed messaging because you got to fund that somehow. Yes. So why would Warner Brothers be like, yes, we will approve this. We've seen the script for what you want to do. Right. It's deliberately teasing something that's not going to come.
Right.
We haven't shot this yet. Here's more money to tease something that's not coming. Why would you do that unless you're leaving the door open to maybe move down the line?
I wonder how much HBO's influence was.
I'm really hoping that HBO. That's why I always tell people when I do my show and talk about these types of things. Watch the Snyder Cut, watch it again, watch it all the way through, and tweet about it, because that's how this thing got made in the first place.
Yeah, I love that. We started with release the Snyder Cut, and now we're all the way over to restore the Snyderverse. Like, it's just...
The sky's the limit. What is it, the people, the AMC stock traders and the GameStop people, they're all like, to the moon! Yeah, to the moon, like as much as we can get with it.
Right.
Warner Brothers has capitulated to a degree. We should, I don't know, get as much as we can. Oh shit! Here she is. So now we're at the moment where Cher is about to arrive. Sophie's plot with Dominic Cooper has been resolved at the end of I think Dancing Queen sequence. Yep. What did you think of the resolution of that whole subplot? They're not going to get a divorce. I thought they were going to get a divorce. Dominic Cooper and
they are not going to get a divorce, believe it or not. I mean, I felt like, to my knowledge, I just kind of.
They should have.
Oh no, I went in thinking they're not going to do that.
Yeah, like you said at the beginning, it's something to keep we need film for the script.
These movies have to have happy endings.
Yeah, Dominic Cooper needs a plot. Yeah, and they need happy endings. So like I said, that's where they started at the beginning of this film. We're watching Rosie reunite with Stellan Skarsgård right now, and at the beginning they're like, "Oh, we broke up. Things didn't work out."
Yeah.
So now we get that nice. What I thought was funny, the reason they broke up though, is because I guess Stellan Skarsgård is such Chad that he was he couldn't stop fucking other bitches while he was seeing Rosie, and I'm like, that's not what I would expect from Stellan Skarsgård.
I know, he's a hunk.
Clearly, I mean, when you look at his family, I guess he's the hot one out of the group.
Absolutely. Step aside, Bill.
It's gotta be so weird having Meryl Streep in theater. Like, I'm not dead.
Do we ever go into what made her pass away?
So in the novelization, it's revealed that it's a drug overdose.
Is there actually a novelization?
That's
Okay,
all a lie.
dude, I believed it too. What is that? Oh, there's a comment that just appeared. In this new Mamma Mia movie, what are your thoughts on Sophie visiting Fleet Street? It was definitely a bold choice. Sweeney Todd. Like that crossover, you know. It was definitely a bold choice. A lot more
I thought it
gore
was
than I
weird
would
that
have
Sweeney
expected.
Todd killed her in the first act.
Yeah,
That was the weird thing.
that's how Donna passed away. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd literally slit her throat.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Bold choice, though.
It was a very bold choice.
Yeah.
But again, we'll expand upon that in our Mamma Mia multiverse.
That's what happens when you get into the multiverse.
Yeah.
You kinda
I
realize
think that's
that
kind
could
of
be
like
the inciting incident.
that's like the Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like we're like, did we lose? Like he just slices Donna's
Yeah.
throat. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So not only we're doing a third, I guess we need to do a two-parter.
Right.
There
Oh.
she is. Sharon has arrived.
Cher is here.
Did you ever listen to any of her ABBA album that she did?
Was she involved in some ABBA albums?
She did a whole album of ABBA covers. After this
Oh.
movie came out, I think it was 2018-19, whole album of ABBA covers.
I'll listen to it on the plane.
It slaps. Yeah, if you get a chance to download it or whatever, I don't know if they have Wi-Fi on the plane, but yeah, like listen to it. It slaps.
That's kind of funny, little girl.
Also, I haven't done any content since it came out, but the new Marina and the Diamonds album, Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, came out, and it slaps as well. It's really
Not
good.
familiar with it, but
My thing died?
no. I said I'm not familiar with it, but it slaps. I'm just
Oh,
telling the
you're pointing-
audience he's right.
Oh, I'm so paranoid about my camera dying again. I thought you were pointing like, Sam, look. I was like, okay.
Sam.
We got problems. No, but the Ancient Dreams in Model Land, Marina the Diamond, she's been doing it since like 2010. I became aware of her probably 2013-14.
Yeah.
And it's her 5th album. And a lot of artists, once they get 5 albums in, they kind of sell out a little bit. They're not as good.
Yeah.
And she wrote this album herself. And it's good. You know?
Wow.
So she's still creatively in it, and she's still got a lot of, I think, mileage, you know. So it's a good album. I would recommend anybody to stream it.
Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. Rosie and I would like to propose a toast to the woman of this and every hour. From Chick Come on up, Sophie.
So in the original Mamma Mia film, there's a scene where Meryl Streep is like, she's upset, she's laying on the bed, she's like,
Yeah.
someone up there has it in for me. I think it's my mother. She's
Yeah.
pointing at heaven, referencing her mom has passed away.
That's-
Why is it that she is alive in
Well,
this film?
We will definitely tackle that in the Mamma Mia multiverse. There is like kind of like like coming back from we went and we kind of plucked Cher from a different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Gamora.
Yeah,
She's kind of come over now,
That's a good point. Yeah.
and then
What I actually thought would have been quite tragic is what if they became so estranged to the point where Meryl Streep just assumed that her mom was dead at that point, at the time.
Oh,
that she
that's
had
so
herself.
sad.
And then Meryl Streep died before they could ever reconcile. If you think about it, like that's probably the most likely outcome.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
If it's not that, if it's not that extreme, she probably did die though before her and her mom had a chance to reconcile, because they were definitely had a strange relationship.
Yeah, this became my favorite song
This is a good
from
one.
the film.
Oh, sorry. So this is a good one, but my favorite is actually probably "My Love, My Life," the one that Meryl Streep actually sings here in a second. This one's good though because it's a nice wrap up for Lily James's story. Because they're both getting prepared to be a mom.
My heart.
Thank God she had that so I guess that's the lady that owned the hotel originally. That lady she met in the
I thought she was one of the bar.
I don't fucking
Oh wait, no, she says like you can stay in my
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
But it's also abandoned. I don't understand. It's like whatever the movie needs. It's like it's abandoned. It has an owner. It's not. Whatever. It's got a horse there, sure. But like, how strong did Lily James do it all without a man? You know. And then, but thank goodness she has the hostel.
Yeah. And I'm Cher.
My buddy Andrew, he was like, Sam, I like your videos, but if you wanted to talk a little bit slower, it'd be cool. That'd be fun. Sometimes you move topics a little fast. And I was like, me? I don't understand.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, by the end of this video, we're talking about Mamma Mia multiverse.
Dude, when you start this video,
Yeah,
we get to the end. We have gone down so many rabbit holes.
Well, that's what I love about, like live videos. Someone will click on it
Right.
and be like, I wonder what they're talking about now.
And those are the most interesting commentary tracks.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Just going down a few rabbit holes. And then every now and then sprinkle it into the movie.
Oh, they go in, they even show, I forget they show that Lily James, like, even giving birth. I thought it was just
Yeah.
implied, and then that's it. With a prequel, it's always hard to know when to end,
Right.
What I kind of like sometimes is when movies go right up to where the first one started, but obviously they couldn't do that here.
Pet peeve of mine, I hate it when, they hand them the baby and they're all clean. There's not at least some, goop.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that's
something,
not
you
how-
know?
Like, they're
This baby comes out perfectly clean.
yeah.
It's
Or
like
dry,
that's-
even.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how,
No.
they have her sitting there sweating and babies come out. I'm good.
Or even on top of that, when, that happens, but also the mom is, barely,
Right. And I know, it's not pretty for the camera or anything like that.
You gotta have a
You
little
got a
bit of-
wardrobe change? Oh, you took your jacket off is all.
Yeah.
You were fitting that under that? No, you weren't.
No. I was about to say, are they literally about to go in from that song to the Cher song next? Is that what's going to happen? If I remember correctly,
Does it just jump into that?
I think Andy Garcia is about to reveal himself as Fernando, and they're going to start singing in a second. That's the one, yep, see?
Yeah.
There's going to be, I want to see the running time. There's probably going to be a minute 30 seconds between songs, I swear to God. Yep. Fernando. It's a good song, though. I like Fernando.
Yeah. You can tell this is one of the instances where they're like, we gotta put the Fernando song in there. We'll make a guy.
It wasn't in the original film, was it? Fernando?
No.
I don't think. Yeah, it's probably one of the best ABBA songs that wasn't in the original Mamma Mia.
Right.
So, like you said, going into the second one, they have to find an excuse
Right.
to put him in there. But I don't know. Doing a character named Fernando was a little, lazy.
Yeah.
The way they did it was I don't know. But what do you expect from a Mamma Mia movie?
Right.
It's hard because this one's not really a duet.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a a reuniting scene kind of requires a duet.
Right.
But she's just singing to him. He's just standing there. It's weird. Again, the choreography is kind of hard. This is Andy Garcia been in. I was reading about something that Andy Garcia was in. And I was like, is that the same Andy Garcia that was in Mamma Mia?
Andy Garcia from the hit movie Mamma Mia 2? Here we go again?
Absolutely. He was in Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. Andy Garcia, who played Fernando, was playing Fernando in this movie.
You are correct. Yeah.
What? There's one movie though. Oh, The Godfather Part 3. That's what, because I've been watching The Godfather movies.
Ah, see, there it is.
This movie is a clear, in a lot of ways, inspiration from
It is
The
really
Godfather.
channeling The Godfather.
And he was from The Godfather, Andy Garcia,
Right.
Godfather Part 3. Which, again, I watched the first two over this weekend, and the first one is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And I will not be watching the third one because I find no reason to.
That's okay.
It's not everything. I was thinking about this. Not everything needs to be a trilogy, you know.
It's true.
Like
But Mamma Mia does.
Well, Mamma Mia could go. I was gonna say it could go.
It can go on forever.
Yeah.
as we will expand upon in our Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Several. I don't want to say. I don't want to give a number.
I don't want to give it
You
away.
never
I
know.
really don't want to.
This is
Yeah.
only phase 1 of Mamma Mia.
At this point, yeah, we shouldn't be talking. We shouldn't be talking number of films. We should be talking
Yeah.
number of phases. Really.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. There's so much potential there. When you have these characters, I mean, you could do a Cher individual film.
Yeah.
You could do Andy Garcia individual film. Tell their story. There's
Yeah,
a crossover.
yeah.
How did they meet?
I think they should kind of get a mini series, kind of like WandaVision, just a 1 season kind of.
do a WandaVision type of show, but it's Andy Garcia
Yeah,
and Cher from Mamma Mia.
Just that 9-episode deal. Like, we don't need any more, any less.
Well, it's Cher. You know,
Exactly.
Like, we probably can only afford 9
we
episodes.
can only afford
Sure.
9 episodes.
I mean, we're just
Yeah.
starting out when this first phase.
Right.
Come on.
I realized that was supposed to be a heart, the fireworks, but it didn't really look that way. But, like, I get it.
This scene, you're about to see one of the most egregious examples of green screen I've ever seen in a film.
Oh, I'm so
excited. Because this is from the ending from the first movie, right? This is where Sophie almost got married. And then, yeah, if you look at the behind their heads there, like, this is all terrible green screen.
They tried their best.
They tried their best. Did you see the set photos of Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford on set?
Bless his heart.
You haven't seen the set photos?
No,
Can I show you the
80-year-old
set photos?
Harrison Ford out there. Or is he 70? 70 or 80? He just turned one of those big numbers.
He's probably closer to 80 than he is 70.
My gosh. Just, how is he going to be doing that stuff?
So yeah, your first reaction, this was 6 days ago, Harrison Ford.
I mean,
They're actually shooting Indiana Jones 5.
I'll go see it.
The Nazis are back. What do you think about that? They were set,
Oh.
I don't have the photos for you, but there were set photos showing a train that had swastikas on it. So the Nazis clearly are back. And not only are they like underground, they have like trains and stuff with Nazi logos on them. So,
Wow.
do you think there's going to be time travel, or how will the Nazis fit in to accommodate Harrison Ford's age?
Nothing's going to accommodate Harrison Ford's
There is no
age.
accommodating
There
Harrison
is no
Ford's
accommodation.
age.
The only way I will be okay with this film is if they do some kind of pass off the mantle to a next generation. Of
So what I've
Indiana
always
Jones.
said about Indiana Jones 5 is almost do Godfather Part 2. You know what I mean? Have at the beginning and end Harrison Ford telling a story about something that happened in the past,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to younger Indiana Jones, and then the next couple movies you don't need to have it as funny.
Exactly.
Just like you said, passing the torch. Have
Right.
2 guys playing Indiana Jones.
Pass it off to Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Is he coming back?
Well, he's had so much like
I know.
YouTube shit and everything.
I
He's
know.
not coming back for shit.
Shia.
Well, look what you've done, son. Did you see that movie Pieces of a Woman that came out? It was on Netflix.
No.
It was about a miscarriage. Shia LaBeouf plays a husband whose wife experiences a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And the fallout of that and the toll it takes on a couple and their marriage. It was really good. It didn't really get much buzz this award season, which was unfortunate. I think Vanessa, what was that girl's name? The girl who played the lead actress who experiences the miscarriage. She was nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
But she didn't win anything. But outside of that, we didn't really get. There's Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep has entered the building.
Oh, yeah. But Shia couldn't get any awards buzz either because he fucked up his whole life. So yeah, at this point, you had given up on Meryl Streep returning in this film.
Yeah, I was like, I guess just Meryl was like, no, thank you. I can go without Mamma Mia.
I
Here we go
literally
again.
thought they just paid her for archive footage. I thought they paid her like to be on the posters and everything and to be used in archive footage, and that's it.
Yeah. And I do wonder if there was some kind of like scheduling thing, where like she's
Oh, I
like,
bet she's
can't
just
come
like,
back.
I bet she's like, no, literally, like, I don't want to shoot more than 1 day.
Yeah.
1 day of work.
But
and
once
they
she
probably
reads
made
our
her-
script,
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Is for our when she hears our vision,
yeah,
hey,
Yeah.
she's gonna. That's the cool thing about a lot of these Marvel movies. They think that they're just kind of products.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
really Martin Scorsese, says that it's not cinema.
right.
Martin Scorsese. I don't want to spoil anything, but I know a thing or two about Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
I think he would understand that based on our vision. This crosses
Right.
that transcends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cinema and
Martin
and-
Scorsese's actually looked over the script and he loved it.
I didn't want, that's what I was talking about. I don't want to spoil anything, but
Right.
he's going to be directing the third Mamma Mia film.
Exactly.
We have it in the works,
Yeah.
but whatever.
It's nothing to brag about.
It's not
just,
really anything to brag about, but
It's just a step in our careers.
Don't tell
moving
anybody.
forward. Right.
This just stays between you and I. So, anyways, I think I said it before. I think this actually might be my favorite film, or not my favorite film, but my favorite song from the film.
Yes.
My Love, My Life ties a nice bow on both the storylines and brings back Meryl,
Right.
and it's just a great ABBA song too.
So obviously Amanda's seeing like Ghost Mom here. Do you think people in the audience are like, what is she doing?
I think they choreograph it in a way that, like, if you imagine it without Meryl there, it's probably nice.
Yeah.
Like I think she's.
If she
probably
goes
not
in for a
singing.
face touch,
But is Amanda Seyfried singing right now, like in real life? I know she's imagining Meryl, but is she singing? That's what I'm wondering. Like, how does the singing work here? Because if it was Glee, they would be singing for real. But if it was like Moulin Rouge, they would not be singing.
right?
But if it was Les Mis, I don't think they're singing in Les Mis. Not in real life.
Have you ever listened to Hugh Jackman sing "God on High" in 0.5 speed?
No. She's going to heaven. Notice how the light is encompassing her.
Oh, has she been in purgatory this whole time?
I guess so.
I guess so.
I guess that's what that
We'll
means.
get into that in our Mamma Mia multiverse.
Well, so the third, we didn't want to spoil this either, but
Yeah.
we've all seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Correct.
When we meet Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, he's seeing all the
Yeah.
different versions of himself.
Right.
And so Mamma Mia 3 starts out, Meryl Streep seeing all these different versions of herself.
Right.
And then the timelines open back up. One of the versions escapes, and that becomes the Lily James miniseries that we're going to do as well.
Yeah.
And then so one version escapes,
Right.
and Meryl leaves purgatory,
Yeah.
returns to the world, and that sets the course for this whole.
Right. We've established kind of Sweeney Todd as the Thanos.
Yes,
of
that's
the-
right. Yes, yeah. Sweeney Todd is the
Series.
Thanos of the whole. Yeah. So what's very interesting is we're gonna have all these. We're gonna have a Sweeney Todd, trilogy.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a Mamma Mia trilogy. We're gonna probably do a Moulin Rouge trilogy as well.
Absolutely.
It's not in the works yet, but I can see us doing that.
Right.
actually.
Yeah. Boz is still looking over the script and everything. Boz Lerman.
Oh, you're right.
He's
My-
just
I've only talked to him through my assistants. That's why I
Right.
didn't know exactly that. Yeah.
This is the credits.
It's the
I don't
credits,
know. I thought this was part of the film. Shoo Papa. Shoo Papa.
Lily James is so fucking great. Like, they know exactly what they're doing, right? Like with
Yeah.
the costuming in this scene, like they know what they're doing. Amanda Seyfried is also another actor I think has kind of gotten a lot more prestige since first Mamma Mia. So it's kind of nice that she came back and she know where you came from.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, Mean Girls, in my opinion, is going to be her best role.
Of all
Ever.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what she does.
No matter what she does.
Yeah.
She can win an Oscar for a role, and it won't matter. When do you plan on selling the rights to the CW?
I actually have I will only do a series through Netflix or maybe Hulu or something like
Yeah.
that. But there's a certain prestige
Right.
that you lose when you go to the CW.
Right. And we're also trying to get Universal to create their own streaming service.
So that's the pitch. But I mean, you have to show them. That's part of negotiating. You have to show them that you're willing to go elsewhere.
Right.
You have to show them. So if Universal doesn't get on the level of building a streaming service around the Mamma Mia cinematic universe that we are pitching to them as showrunners, then I will take this to Netflix.
Right. And
I
I'm
will.
talking one of those streaming services where you pay $9 a month, but they still show ads.
Well, I mean, it's
Like during
worth
the
it.
time.
And we have to
Right.
we're worth. This is $1 billion idea.
Yeah.
We have to be honest.
We got to make our money.
We have to be honest about this.
Right.
The intellectual property that we're talking is endless.
I love that they have beers.
Again, know who you're working with. They're like,
Right.
all right, Pierce, for this part, you can just sit down.
Sit down, drink a beer, and go.
You can just sit down.
He's like, after James Bond, I've been so tired.
Yeah. Oh, so let's talk about this though. He's gonna be in Shazam as a superhero or some shit. What do you think about that?
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, I love seeing Pierce come back for anything.
Pierce Brosnan, I love his James Bond
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
And I don't think it gets enough credit.
Well, it's the cool thing to say that no, Daniel Craig's the best. If it's not Sean Connery, if it's not Daniel Craig,
Yeah.
then it sucks. And what I pointed out to the other day is like we all like to talk about how Daniel Craig is great half the time, but Sean Connery is amazing. Sean Connery was only good in like half the movies he did too.
Right.
You watch Thunderball, you watch Diamonds Are Forever. Those
Yeah.
movies aren't good.
Right.
So like you could say the same thing about like the level of commitment. Any Bond movie is spotty in terms of the commitment by the actor. So Pierce has had bad movies.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig's had bad movies. Sean Connery's had bad movies.
It's definitely a pattern with the James Bond film. We definitely have been following a one good, one bad, one good, one bad, one good,
Right.
one bad kind of formula for a while now. That was Mamma Mia.
That was Mamma Mia too. We have finished the mid-credit scenes. Well, that's it. So wrapping up this live stream, what are your thoughts on the film? This is the first time you've
love
seen
it.
it in nearly 3 years.
Yeah. Andy Garcia.
Our boy. He
Andy
got higher
Garcia.
billing. Andy Garcia got higher billing than Lily James. That's kind of funny.
They got Andy Garcia. He requires
He's
all
the star.
money.
He's who you come for.
Honestly, he was the first person we signed on to come back.
That's the thing.
to our-
When we were approaching the Mamma Mia cinematic universe,
yeah.
first person we went to had to be Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
If he's not signing on, we don't have
Right.
a show here.
Right. But no, like I said, I think the second movie just shines a lot more, than the first film. Just on every aspect, I think it's just so much
Well,
better.
for this live stream, I was like, what's something fun that we could do? Because our previous one of our I think best videos that we've ever done is the Cat in the Hat commentary.
Yes.
In terms of audience reception, a lot of people like that video. So I was like, what's another fun commentary video we could do together? You're in town, let's make the most of it. Mamma Mia 2 immediately went to the top of the list.
Right.
And I was like, okay, which Mamma Mia movie should we do? Mamma Mia 1 or 2? And I was like, Mamma Mia 2 easily.
Mamma Mia 2.
Because it's the better of the...
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So that was Mamma Mia 2. Let us know in the comments section below what you guys think of the movie. Thank you so much, Ethan, for joining us, and everybody else who has joined us in viewing this live stream. You got anything that you're working on in the future that you want people to keep an eye out for? Or
I
plug
just
your
filmed a
Instagram?
short film.
Yeah.
It
How's it going to be released?
is going to probably be released end of July.
Oh, okay.
And it is for a film festival called the 15-Second Horror Film Festival.
Oh, that's cool.
It's super cool.
What can you tell us about it in a nutshell?
What I can tell you about it is there is going to be the cut we submit to the 15-Second Film Festival.
Yeah.
Then there's also going to be the graphic cut of the film
You're going to get
as well.
your own?
Mm-hmm. I have a 45-second version of it, and we also have a condensed.
Wait, so this is a short film?
This is a short film.
No shit.
Yeah, so we got to meet that 15-second criteria. But in my head, when I storyboarded it all out, I went, yes. Put all the storyboards out, and I went, this is too long. This is longer than 15 seconds.
A lot of questions come to my head when I hear about the runtime. What are the biggest challenges? Is it hell yeah, I only have to fill 15 seconds? Or is it like,
shit, I can only film 15 seconds.
Right, yeah.
It makes it so much harder.
My gosh, I've never had I've never tried anything with that.
Right.
It's really hard.
It was very challenging because the way I view it is 5 seconds in, we're establishing stuff. 5 seconds in, we got to kind of have that rising action. Then 5 seconds in, we have our climax and ending to it.
Within seconds.
Within seconds of each other.
That's hard.
5 seconds in, we got the establishing, rising action. This is what's going on. Or no, I'm sorry. 5 seconds in, establishing. This is what's going on. These are our characters. This is the environment we're in. 5 seconds in, this is our conflict now coming in. This is rising action. And then 5 seconds in, oh shit, this is what's happening. End.
Right.
And I filmed a 45-second version because there's a lot of other shots I wanted to get in it.
Right.
But I have scrapped enough shots. When I wrote the script, I had to condense it down to 3 lines.
Yeah.
At that point, because a lot of it's action. I wanted to get into a lot of why they were in this situation and stuff like that. And it's just really, I don't have the time to explain what's going on, why it's going on. I had some of the actors ask me what is this going on? And they're like, are we going to clarify that for the viewer? It's we literally can't.
Don't have the time.
We don't have the time. And there are some shots it kills me to take them out because it does show a little of that, but
Jim, I used to work for the news, and whenever I was working for the news, you could only most of these news packages, can be a minute and 15 seconds.
Right.
So I'm like, and so you go spend a whole day covering a story, and you have to condense it. And I found that to be hard. So I couldn't imagine just doing 15 or 5
But
seconds.
I mean, you still kind of understand.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But that's why I appreciate doing my film fan club show or live streams like this, where you get literally 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, or whatever you got to do to just flush out a whole interview or whatever. But I can't imagine what you're taking.
Right. Well, kind of on the flip side, what I think makes yours a little harder as well, because I still wrote it.
Yeah.
To kind of this is an idea that I think can fit in a 15-second. When you go cover a news story,
you gotta take what you get.
What if it's so freaking big? How are we gonna cover this in a minute, 15 seconds? Because those are the cards you're dealt.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go rewrite what's happening at the event or anything like
Absolutely,
that.
Yeah. So this is end of July when the film festival is. Can you remind us what the film festival is called?
It's going to be called the 15-Second Horror Film Festival. They go through their winners, I believe, in October because it's spooky season.
Okay, yeah.
And everything. And I filmed
one
here.
Los Angeles area where people can people physically go watch your film?
No, it is an online
thing.
And then they have a YouTube channel. You can view past submissions and winners.
Okay.
They make a top 100 video when it happens, and they upload it to YouTube. It's usually 500,000 views. People love watching it, and it's just a breeze to go through. You're just you're watching a quick 15-second thing. You move on to the next one, and it's good to sit because there's somewhere I go oh, I really like that, and then there's some okay, I wouldn't have picked that one, but I wonder what they saw in that, and so it's really good. You see a whole variety of things, and so we did one here. We are also shooting one back in Los Angeles. The beauty of it is you can submit multiple entries.
Oh, so you're doing multiple?
I'm doing 2
films.
Yeah.
How are they different?
So the first one,
different casts and
yeah, it's going to be different. They are 2 very different kind of storyline things. They are both kind of embracing that horror cheesiness.
Okay.
A little campy.
Okay, so similar in tone.
Yeah. I'm really excited about the second one we're shooting. The first one, it was kind of a very condensed, it took place all in one little space and everything, and we quickly got it done. Next one's definitely going to be a very grander scale, and I'm really excited about that one.
So one of you have in the can?
Yeah, one of them, I did the smaller one here in Tulsa, the big grander one we're going to do back in LA.
Okay. That's cool. So how long is it going to be? All in a day's work, the next one, or what?
Yeah, we just one day the bad boys.
Oh, that's cool shit.
And I mean, we got, and then the second one, this one is going to be probably 15 seconds long. I don't have a 45-second version.
So it's just the first version that you've already shot. You'll have a 45-second cut.
This one, I can't see it being longer. Or just semi-longer than 15 seconds.
Okay.
So there won't be any Groove-It cut of that one.
The theatrical. That's something that sometimes edgy directors like to say. No, the theatrical cut actually is my director's cut.
Right.
I was lucky enough to get my whole vision out there in the first go.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So when all is said and done, they can obviously watch it through the short film.
Yes, it's going to be on my Instagram. It's going to be.
Okay.
It'll be on a YouTube channel.
Your Instagram is actually in the link in the description of this video. So yeah.
Peyton Grufik. We looked it up yesterday. I haven't posted in a year and a half on my Instagram.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, you need to fix that.
I know.
Well, you will be fixing that soon. Yeah. With this
we'll be fixing that. They're gonna come in, and then it's gonna do that. What I love about not posting in a while is sometimes they'll send people notifications saying, "Hey, it's the first time Peyton Grufik posted in a while."
That's the opposite. That's counterintuitive to what I thought. Because I thought if you want to get good with the algorithm, frequently. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll post
So it's gonna get millions of views. It's not to brag.
It's gonna be his triumphant return.
I'm gonna have people calling me, being like, "Hey, we want to make this a full film."
Yeah. Are you gonna go the whole 9 yards? Or are you gonna do a little poster and everything or whatever?
No, that would be fun though.
Yeah, for a 45-second short.
Yeah, I know. I got a poster and everything. I might, now that you brought it up.
You could do the day before, take a screenshot.
I know, I think about doing such a poorly made poster, and I'm like, here it is, and I'm taking it completely seriously. I'm like, this is it, and everybody's like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I love that. But I did so whenever Ricky and I did the Oscars show, we went to the Circle Cinema and we did a
Yes.
lot of serious interviews. But then we asked some silly questions that we were
Yeah.
hoping to get cringy responses to. And there were a couple times I was like asked him, okay, Nomadland is about the recession. What are other failures of the Obama presidency? And the guy was like, I don't know, you know. And Ricky was like, oh, that was so awkward. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Like, yes. So I love shit like that. Yeah, I like doing that. And just getting that reaction. Okay, so that was Mamma Mia. Here we go again. A lot of other topics. I think you liked Loki a little bit more than I did.
I think we
Yeah, I am skeptical going in. We both are in agreement on Mamma Mia 2 being one of the best and having the most potential of any film that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And then Godfather parts 1 and 2 I saw recently. I saw both of those, and I like the first film a little bit more.
Yeah.
Clear the parallels are very clear between Mamma Mia 2 and The Godfather Part 2, but I don't know. Mamma Mia 2 might do it better.
I know, honestly,
honestly might.
They're sibling movies. Yeah, there's just
At the very least, we could say they're interchangeable in quality.
oh yeah, yin and yang.
Yeah, really. So I've been Sam Carrico. That's Peyton Grufick. You can find our social medias in the description of this video. And now I'm going to walk over to the computer and turn this off. Thanks.
That's it. Direct eye contact. Oh, you gotta click end stream. That's awkward.